This was from CBS Sports. Good, bad, and ugly from each team. Week 1 preseason, that's what they're calling the Commanders game. The good, Deshaun Watson looked more comfortable than he did in any of the 6 games in 2022. The bad and the ugly, Cade York missed his only field goal attempt of the night, pushing 46-yard attempt wide right. Also missed a 49-yard attempt in similar fashion at the Hall of Fame game. They say Cleveland might have a kicker problem. I agree with Watson. I saw a guy that looked like it was his offense, which is what I wanted to see. Just your takeaway. We heard there are some issues in the red zone against the Eagles again. I think those things, I hope those things will get sorted out as the season goes along.
Well, you'd rather get them, have some glaring issues a month from the season against the top defense and then know that you have some areas to work on, as opposed to sail right along and think, wow, everything's great, we're just going to show up, and sail through this, because we know that isn't how it goes. I think Watson said he feels comfortable. Rust is no more an issue, and I do think that he'll play his way back. I was surprised that he even played a series after the rain the other night and the hour delay. Even after you get ramped up to play the game, then when you sit for over an hour, just getting stretched in that, you'd be afraid of hamstrings or slipping and falling. But I thought he looked good in that first series. Obviously not great because they didn't get a touchdown, but I don't really think it was his fault. They got to the 1-yard line, and then you hand the ball to Demetric Felton and John Kelly. I don't think you're necessarily going to do that when you have Nick Chubb, Amari Cooper, Joel Bitonio sitting on the sideline, if that's in a regular season game. And so I'm not thinking that this was a negative. I think that you saw him command the offense, and I think that he's comfortable. I think he will play his way into shape, and really, again, like I've said, I think Jim Schwartz's defense has played pretty well. And if they can come out and even buy time for the offense to get up to speed, I think that will go a long way. Because if you remember last year, the offense wasn't great, but they played well enough, even with Jacoby Brissett, to win several games that the defense gave up the lead late.
How concerned are you with Cade York? Obviously, it's not ideal, but at what point in time do you start, moving towards finding a possible solution?
Well, I get this a lot of questions. You probably get it too, but I watch him. I've watched him for 2 training camps. He's got the leg. He booms everything through. I just think it's one of those things, kind of like golf. If you shank it, once you hit it right and you get back on track, I think you're fine. It was a good sign that he finished yesterday 6 of 6. I think he made a 47, a 49, and a 54 to close out practice. And I know it wasn't a game, but when you're going, with your 90 guys on your own team against 90 guys on the Eagles, they're all watching. Those are your peers. I have to think peer pressure there is just as big as it is, going out there in a stadium, as far as, because you don't want to let your coaches, your players, everything down. He knows what's at stake and the confidence they have in him. But with that being said, most NFL games, it's proven, come down, the average point differential is about 6 points or so. And you cannot have your offense, your defense with playoff aspirations and have games come down and your kicker cost you the game. So they're saying all the right things. He's got a month to get ready, but if he's still struggling, in their opinion, when the season starts, I would not be surprised that they brought in, I looked around, there's 8 to 10 teams that have veterans that are being challenged by draft pick kind of rookies that they'll probably go with the draft pick. And if a Robbie Gould becomes available, or if he is available, or guys of that sort that have been there, done that can just show up and kick, I would not be surprised if they brought them in right to start the season. And maybe Cade York, I don't think they were ready to give up on him any stretch of the means. he might go on an injury reserve, maybe has a mysterious calf injury or something like that. So I think, there's concern, but I don't think in their mind they think that he'll get this all worked out. It's important for him in the next two games to put their minds at ease that he can make the field goals when the lights are on.